What's up, everybody? It's Corey, the Grease Pole Podcast, and we're going to put the Birds on the back burner for just a second, okay? This is the bye week. We're not forgetting about them. It is an Eagles pod, but it's also a Philly pod as well. So we're going to talk Flyers here for a minute. Even though the boys suffered their first loss last night against the Florida Panthers, the Ice Cats, look, 3-1-0 is a hell of a lot better start than I expected, and probably you too if you're a Flyers fan. So mazel tov to the boys. We'll be happy with that. 78 games left to go, even though we're bummed they're not going to finish 82-0-0. I wanted to take a moment today, and we'll get to the Weekly Tears video against the Dallas game here in the next day or two. That's coming. But the NHL just dropped all 32 reverse retro sweaters today, hours ago, and we're going to cover all 32 on the Gear Freaks podcast. Head over, search Gear Freaks podcast, head over there, subscribe as well. We're going to cover all 32 there, but I want to take a minute today and talk specifically about my boys, the Flyers. And anytime there's something like this that happens, I get really excited for it because it's an opportunity to purchase new gear. It's an opportunity to add shit to my closet, right? And going into this, it was really hard for me to expect something better than the first batch of reverse retros in terms of the Flyers, because I was born in '88, all right? I grew up with the Legion of Doom, Lindros, LeClaire, Renberg, Desjardins, and Therrien as a starting defenseman, Hextall, and net. That's what I grew up with. So I love that style of sweater, okay? I like what we wear now, too. The Flyers gear hadn't changed a whole lot since '67. It really hasn't, except for those couple awkward years in the mid-2000s. It's generally, by and large, the same. So given the fact that the Legion of Dooms were used last time, predominantly orange body, I'm all in there. My favorite color is orange as well. Loved them. So personally, aesthetically, it was going to be hard for me to like these more than those. But going in, I kind of thought they were going to take that weird, futuristic, metallic, futurized logo, and I thought they were going to take the template from that and somehow trick it out to where this was the reverse retro this year. So I'm very excited that it was the 74-75, the Stanley Cup year template. I like that. I like that style of jersey. Again, it's very true in general to what the Flyers have worn for their entire existence. Again, my favorite color is orange, and I think when you think of the Flyers, the color that you think of is orange. So when you have now on the second reverse retro, it's a predominantly white sweater with the black on the shoulders, down the sleeve. It's kind of a funky look, you know, but I don't hate it because with this concept, there's really only so much else you could do. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It comes to a point at the sleeve, there's a little orange in there. It looks okay, but I'm glad they stayed away from the awkward years gimmick. I am, but these left me feeling kind of underwhelmed rather. They were underwhelming, I should say. It's a lot of black and white, which is fine, but there's not a whole lot of orange in there, which is the color that is this team's identity. Personally, what I would have done, my favorite Flyers sweater of all time is the 2012 Winter Classics that they ended up using as their alternates, the third sweaters, for a few years in the mid-2010s. I love those. What I would have done with that was one of my favorite features about that sweater was that instead of a straight-up white, they used a cream. I thought it looked nice. I would have taken that template for the 2012 Winter Classics, made it a predominantly cream sweater, have you some orange up on the sleeves, on the shoulders rather, outline them in black with some orange numbers outlined in black. I think that with the captaincy and the A's within the Keystone, I think that would have looked fucking sick. That's what I would have done if this were my project, okay? But I don't know if they figured, well, they didn't wear those long enough. Maybe we shouldn't pay homage to those. Let's go back to 74-75 in the Cup years. I understand conceptually why they did what they did. Aside from the sweater, one of the coolest parts, the coolest part, I think, of what they're going to do is on the reverse retro nights, they're going to break out the Cooperalls, okay, which were, if you're unfamiliar, the Flyers wore, and I believe it was 82-83, long-ass pants, okay? Long-ass pants. They looked horrible. They looked like shit. Everybody shit on them. They were cheeks. So they only lasted a year. They got rid of them. But that's become like a thing that the Flyers are known for. Even non-hockey fans reference those things. They were that bad. So what they're doing now is for warm-ups, they're going to pull out the Cooperalls on nights they wear these sweaters. They're long black pants, and this time they have a long orange sleeve down them. I think the Cooperalls look fucking sick. Honestly, I'd rather buy a pair of Cooperalls than one of these sweaters, even though I'm probably going to buy one of these sweaters ultimately, because it's another reason to buy a fucking hockey sweater. But I love the Cooperalls. I think they look cool. It's one of those things where something that was awful back in the day now circles back around and becomes cool and nostalgic. I might be the only one that was like, yo, they're wearing the Cooperalls. But when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, right? So 40 years later, we're breaking those back out. It's only in warm-ups. It's not in games, so it can't piss anybody off, right? I like it. I like the Cooperalls. I think it's a cool touch for warm-ups. Again, in terms of sweaters, very underwhelmed. That said, I'll probably buy one because fucking you have to have everything in rotation. I have one of the goddamn 50th anniversary sweaters, okay? One of the ones with the gold outline. It's Shane Gostisbehere too. I'll never wear that motherfucker again because I hated those sweaters, but I was like, I gotta buy one because we put them out, so I have. Fucking idiot, right? So, had to buy one. I'm gonna be the same way here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the Flyers Reverse Retro Sweaters Part 2, the sequel? Let us know in the comments section below. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. We've got a lot more other original Eagles and Flyers content. This ain't original, it's a Reverse Retro review, but a lot of other original shit coming your way. So hit the subscribe button if you like what you saw. Either way, thanks for stopping by and checking the video out. Stay tuned as well for the weekly tier videos for Week 6 against the Dallas Cowboys. That's coming your way in the coming days, so keep your eye out for that. In the meantime, let us know what you think of the Flyers Reverse Retros, and we will see you next time. As always, go Birds and go Flyers.